Welcome to our Cardano Node API Closeout video. The top screen, you will see the Haskell Cardano Node logs. The middle is the command where we're going to send to Cardano Node API, and in the bottom, we'll have logs from Cardano Node API. We're going to start out by showing the milestone 2 REST endpoints. I do want to point out that this required the milestone 1 clients to connect to Cardano Node for data. So first we've got local transaction monitor sizes, and then local transaction monitor transactions. You can see local state query, asking the current error, and response with Conway. Then we're going to move on to ChainSync. ChainSync pulls a single block via WebSockets and starts a sync from a specific point via WebSockets. And now we're moving on to a new transaction. So a new transaction showing eternal with an unsubmitted but ready transaction. You can see the transaction ID right here. You can see the submit transaction button has not been pressed. We're going to copy that ID, throw it up in Cardano scan, show you it doesn't exist anywhere. Then we're going to take it back here and we're going to convert the unsubmitted eternal transaction into a signed CBOR file, then submit it via local transaction submission in Cardano Node API. And we'll go back to eternal to show the transaction in the UI and go from an empty transaction page to, ta-da, a legit transaction on the blockchain. All right, now we're showing the examples folder in GoSTK, which we'll be using for the UTXO RPC client. And this is where we start milestone 3 showing GoSTK. So up here, you can see the run query example and returns the protocol parameters, the current tip, gets the UTXOs by reference. Then we have run sync example, and this one starts a chain sync via UTXO RPC. Again, the client in the middle, Cardano Node API at the bottom. So we will start a new transaction. Again, we're in eternal with an unsubmitted transaction ID, so we can show that later. We will run submit example, submit the above transaction via UTXO RPC. And then we will show you it has been submitted in eternal. Ta-da! Now let's go back to Cardano scan. We can show the transaction. We can show the address. We can show the amounts. Now onto the example app. The example app on Preview Network with the app on the left, eternal on the right, and Cardano Node API logs in the bottom right. So we're going to click confirm to send 50 ADA to ourselves. The query logs for commands going to Cardano Node API, read params, then search UTXOs. And then we see eternal pop up to sign the transaction generated by the app while using data from Cardano Node API via UTXO RPC. Submit the transaction. And then we're going to show the transaction in eternal. Ta-da! Yay! There's our transaction. There's a transaction ID. See, it matches the same one up here. We're reloading eternal just for the fun of it. Now we'll show this in Cardano scan. And again, we see the transaction. You can see the addresses. You can see the amount. You can see success. And that is the end of our Cardano Node API closeout video. Thank you very much.